For us, we wanted to tell an origin story. I mean, I don't think we've quite gone all the way back to Rob's childhood and explored, what made him, this legend, this outlaw, this rebel. Why did it happen? I mean, what were the pieces of his life that it brought him there? So that's what, for us, it was really important to explore that and as a way into the show.
We've never seen a Marion like this. Like, we've never seen, her explore her own journey. She's always been known as Rob's love interest. So the fact she has that, a journey to explore with her father, her family. She has her own struggles, her own ambitions. And I feel like it's going to be really empowering for young women, really, to see, the strong female characters in the show.
If I'm being honest with you, I haven't grown up watching him. And I spoke to John and Jonathan about this. By the time I was there in Serbia, about to start my process, I said to him, look guys, I haven't seen any of the things, I haven't seen any of the films. What do you recommend? Do I go down that route? Because I can go and study all those films and whatnot, but we came to an agreement that no, it's better to maybe just don't watch anything. We're trying to bring a new vibe to it anyway. So it became more of a personal journey rather than studying other stuff, but Jonathan and myself talked a lot about films, a lot about actors that we admired, films that we admired, and it almost became that was, instead of watching more Robin Hood stuff, we watched more films that we, were really drawn to, that have inspired us, and that was more of the process. So yeah.
I did want to bring this, just because you wield power, it doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. It's a hard thing to wield power, and I wanted to show that she's trying to do it by following a moral code. That I did want to show.
I think it was to explore his personal journey throughout this season. He goes on a bit of a ride, and a lot of that is internal, and just as an actor, that was something that I was excited to kind of play around with, find my way through and figure out. And then other than that, just to get to work with the caliber of people that I have on the show has been a dream.
I mean, it was so liberating to have that freedom, and really the writing is just at the heartbeat of it all. She jumps off the page. The first time I read it, I was like, oh, the innuendo, the wit, the ambition. So the script had all the clues, and she was just a joy to get to build and live in.
I didn't have many expectations. I didn't really want to see anything before I began to put this character together that had been done before. I've seen, since Dancing with Wolves and Alan Rickman's brilliant portrayal of the sheriff some years ago, and I've watched the old Errol Flynn movies a long time ago. But I just wanted to start from scratch and build up this character with the material I had in front of me, and it was very fine writing, and the characters were very well drawn. So I had a lot of material, in front of me in order to create a character there.
To do a version that we've never really seen before, that was grounded, that was kind of historically believable, that was human, that was personal. All of the things that you don't really associate or think about with Robin Hood, to make a very emotional, personal, grounded story. Where Robin is a very complex character. He's a tragic character. He's not necessarily a hero straight away. He becomes a hero, but at the beginning, he's what happens to him is very tragic, and he's coping with all of that, and then he's a man on the run. And the sheriff and all of the other Norman characters they're grey characters, they're complex characters, they're not bad, they're not good. The sheriff is trying to keep the peace, he's trying to keep law and order. I think most importantly, one of the things about the show is that it's about class. It's about things that we can identify with today. It's about the uber rich and the powerful and the lower classes. And what Rob really is a man who fights for the lower classes. He's a kind of Batman of the Middle Ages.